What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to All Things Football. I can't keep a smile off my face. Manchester United have knocked AC Milan out of the Europa League, and we've progressed through to, I think it's quarterfinals of the competition. Tottenham in the mud. Is that Mourinho's farewell bow? Rangers, I think, are out as well. And we're also going to be looking at this week's Champions League results. I mean, we have to start. We're in the elite European competition, Champions League in the mud as well. Europa League is where it's at. Pogback. That's all I have to say.
Pogback. It's in the title of the video. Yes. So I think that's where we should start, because the first half was poor. Team selection was the same as West Ham game. I was surprised about that. Bailly not on the pitch, but then apart from that, Shaw. I think Shaw played the first leg, didn't he?
No. Tellers. I'm pretty sure Tellers played the first leg, but I wasn't surprised to see Shaw start today.
But the first half we're getting popped again. AC Milan, many unknown players who I don't know, but they just popped the ball. Kessie in midfield, dominant again, and Fred and McTominay they just couldn't get the ball out or pass it out. Misplaced passes again. And I thought it was going to be like one of those games where, okay, we're going to lose. And I thought we're just going to lose.
I agree with you to an extent. I agree with the misplaced passes. That's something that I think we're just going to have to, as bad as it sounds, we're going to have to get used to it whenever we see McFred play. One thing I can praise them for, and something that I will take from the game as a positive, as a massive plus, is that they were winning the ball back a lot, especially in the first half. I mean, McTominay and Fred were putting pressure on their centre midfielders. They weren't allowing them to turn. If they tried to turn, you nick the ball away, and then we're on the counter-attack, which unfortunately didn't amount to anything, but it's small steps, baby steps in the midfield. I believe that we started the game, I know that we started the game very well in the first couple of minutes, or first few minutes. We were able to put in a few balls into the box, which didn't, result in a goal or anything, but the energy was there. I don't know how to describe it. The intention.
The intent to get into the box was there. Yeah. We're on the front foot. We were passing it well at the start of the game, but then towards the latter stages of the first half, we literally just stopped playing. Bruno wasn't getting on the ball. I mean, that was for most of the game. He wasn't getting on the ball, to be honest. But in the first half, he just wasn't getting onto the ball, and there was no chances created. Apart from Dan James on the right-hand side, you were telling me prior to the stream. Let's hear your thoughts about Dan James.
He needs to get out, because there's a few times in this game alone where he's in a very, very good position. I can think of one time especially. He had the ball counter-attack. I think Bruno Fernandes played on the ball. Yes, he had the pace on Theo Hernandez, was able to get past him. He had probably about 4 touches of the ball when he's dribbling in a time frame where he could have played it to Mason Greenwood. Any other player on the pitch, I'm talking Harry Maguire could have played that. Wan-Bissaka could have played that. If we had Bruno in that position, he would have played that. He could have played it behind Fikayo Tomori and in front of Mason Greenwood. Gaping hole. I don't know if he didn't.
He was through. He was so through.
He must not have seen the pass, which only tells me that what you said last episode is true. He runs with his head down, and that's about it. Or he didn't have the confidence in his own ability to play it, which, as a Manchester United winger in that position, isn't acceptable. So either way, he's messed up. He tried to take Fikayo Tomori on, amazing tackle, amazing challenge, and unfortunately, it didn't amount to anything. But that was just one of the opportunities which made me think in my head, what has he got to do to get dropped? Because he's not good enough. Pogba came on in the second half for Marcus Rashford. I must have missed what the injury was.
I'm not too sure.
I think it was just maybe a flare-up of his previous ankle injury. But Pogba in the second half, you could see
he was back. Pogba was back. I was so happy to see him. I was so happy. As soon as he came on, I was thinking to myself, Ollie, why? Left wing, what's the point? Then I finished tweeting. I think my stream was behind. Next thing you know, he scores. And I was like, I had to correct my tweets. I was like, don't worry. Pogback, Ollie, you're the great coach. But yeah, Pogba left wing. I think even the commentators said, like 2 minutes prior, left wing, he's not going to have much opportunity to show what he can do. And then he goes and scores. Credit to Fred. He was persistent in the box, and then the ball broke out to Pogba, little feint, and just slotted it.
There was one in the dressing room at halftime when Pogba was getting ready to come on, Ollie's laying out his tactics for him. They definitely had some sort of conversation with Fred as well, because I noticed that in the second half, Fred popped up on the left wing quite a lot and Pogba drifted into the middle. The same way Manchester City play fullbacks in the central midfield is the same way we're playing Pogba in the central midfield, where he starts as a left winger on paper, because he was central quite a lot. And that's perfectly fine. Obviously, it worked out for the team and he was able to get a goal. But I'm so happy to have Pogba back now. And I think in that half loan, you can see why over the past month or however long Pogba's been injured, we've been dropping points. He's such a massive miss. Bruno didn't have the best game, but Pogba had a very good game. And I honestly will give him my man of the match because of the impact he had on the game in the second half. He's so silky.
Yeah, he got into the ball and players couldn't get the ball off him. They had to foul him to get the ball off him. He was too strong. And I think now Pogba's back, in the next few games, we're going to see more of Bruno because Pogba is going to get the ball into Bruno. Yeah. Whereas McTominay and Fred, they can't retain the ball. They get the ball, but they can't make the pass forward into Bruno's feet or into the wingers. And so I think obviously having Pogba back, we're going to see Bruno rejuvenized and he's going to start getting goals and assists again.
Yeah, it's that along with the fact that we have two world-class players on the pitch at the same time in creative positions. So instead of it just being Pogba on the pitch or Bruno on the pitch where they can just get drowned out or man-marked by 2 or 3 men, now one of them is always going to be free. And it just means that we are going to score more goals because we're going to create more opportunities. Greenwood hasn't scored in 15 games, but he's probably going to score in the next game that Bruno and Pogba start with him because he's going to get those opportunities in better positions. Because even today, as I said, Dan James messed up the opportunity to play a pass. Pogba plays that. Pogba's on the ball, he plays that. Greenwood's clean through on goal.
There was too much reliance on Bruno.
Yeah, there is, because yes, he's our talisman and for very good reason, but when we have Pogba in the team, it takes a lot of the pressure off him and Bruno. So, and hopefully we'll see Rashford and Martial regain their form as well.
But yeah, let's go back to the defense. Harry Maguire, again, following on from West Ham's performance, he is immense again today.
Yeah.
You can't fault him. And those are the levels, those are the standards we want to see him perform week in, week out. And alongside Lindelof as well, he was also, I mean, we can't complain that Bailly didn't start because them two, they just drowned out AC Milan's attack. Even when Zlatan came on, then Henderson was called into action and pulled off a great save, similar to the one that he should have saved in the last minute of the last game. But this time he made the save, and now De Gea, I don't think he's coming back onto the team.
I think we've got the FA. I'm pretty sure we have Leicester in the FA Cup on the weekend.
Yeah.
I think De Gea will come back for that. I'm not sure if Henderson is now our number one keeper because it's difficult to say and it's difficult to talk about our goalkeepers because De Gea is, in my opinion, so much better than Henderson. But Henderson is in good form right now. It's difficult. Henderson might have built up a bit of trust between Harry Maguire and Victor Lindelof, and that's important when it comes to centre backs and keepers. So it will be interesting. But I do believe De Gea will start against Leicester. I just want to talk about Luke Shaw as well.
Again, another 8 out of 10 plus performance.
Yeah. And he was also named in Gareth Southgate's England squad for the first time.
Well deserved.
I can't remember how many years. I can't remember the last time he was called up. I will say, though, if he doesn't start, if he's not the first choice, if he doesn't have the number 3 on his back for England, then there's massive problems because he's the best left back in the league at the moment. Not just England, he's the best left back in the league. And I think the way we played against West Ham and the way we played, or at least started the game today, with Pogba coming back, with Van der Beek back, with Cavani back. Fortunately, Rashford might picked up a big injury. We're not 100% sure yet. on Martial on the way back, it looks like we're going to have a good end to a pretty decent season.
Yeah, as you said about Luke Shaw in the England squad, Harry Maguire, Rashford, but Wan-Bissaka, where's Wan-Bissaka? What more does he need to do to get into the England squad? When players like obviously Trent was left out, you've got Reece James, you've got Trippier, but Wan-Bissaka's just here putting in performances. He's still got Mbappe, Neymar. Who else is in his pocket? Sterling, but he's just there, not even being picked.
Wan-Bissaka has every single winger he's come up against in his pocket. Genuinely, I don't know what he has to do. Trippier's been banned. He hasn't even been playing football. So I'm not sure how he gets in the squad. Not sure how Trent doesn't get in the squad. Southgate said he's an up-and-coming talent. He's one for the future. He's been the best right back in the world for over 2 years now. Southgate, in a way, is disrespecting him because when you're the best and have proven to be the best, and I don't say this lightly because he is a Liverpool player, but he is the best in his position. He's because he had a couple bad months, like 4 months ago, he's not getting picked for this England squad. Makes no sense whatsoever. Wan-Bissaka needs to just go and play for Congo because there's no way he's getting into this England team. Unjust.
I remember a few years ago he did get called up for England, but obviously he was injured at the time.
Yeah, back in.
But I still don't get why Southgate is not, at least if it's not the actual squad, for now pick him and see how he is, and see what dynamic he gives to the team. But by not picking him now, he has no chance because the Euros are coming around the corner, and he's gonna have to choose Congo now.
Yeah.
Reece James greater than Alexander-Arnold.
Nah, Trent is, unfortunately for me, I say because he's a Liverpool player, he is the best right back in the world, and he has been for a long time now. I did see a tweet earlier about the England squad announcement, and it was focused on, Trent was the subject of the tweet. Said something along the lines of, because he's so unorthodox in the way he plays and the fact that he's a different type of world class, like I don't think Southgate can handle him. I'm not sure. Southgate wants. I don't know what Southgate sees in.
We don't know how he even Southgate. His style of play is so bad. The style of play England play is so boring. It's not even good.
It doesn't make sense to me how. Because Trippier, I think, is the starting right back. I think he's the first choice.
There's Kyle Walker as well, who's also in the squad.
Now that you say that, Kyle Walker will probably start. He's been all right this season. Trent is better than all of them. The only better defensive one, I think, is Reece James. Because even Kyle Walker has his lapses in defence, which was evident at the 2018 World Cup when he was playing centre-back. Trent is the best right back. I just don't think Gareth Southgate can handle him, if I'm totally honest, because his dropping it really doesn't make sense to me. Honestly. Dyer's been picked. Tottenham haven't been good this season, and Dyer hasn't been good. Johnson as well, West Brom, bottom of the league. No, the bottom three. He's conceded I think the second most amount of goals in the Premier League. His selection doesn't make sense either.
I mean, Dean Henderson will be number one.
I don't think Pope will be number one. Pope will be number one because he's been there before, and because he's been England's number one for one match or two matches, he will start for England. Dean Henderson is the best keeper there, but he won't start because he's new. Southgate's selections are very predictable. I mean, he's not a good manager, but yeah.
But yeah, back to the Man United game. We're talking about our attack. Dan James. Let me just read this out about Dan James. Yeah, Jesse Lingard's in the squad.
I'm happy.
Yeah, so Dan James. Someone said Dan James is very selfish for a rubbish player.
It's true.
What else? And yeah, someone said about Fred. We've already said Fred was. I can't say anything bad about Fred today. I actually can't, unfortunately. He had the most successful passes and the most tackles. So there's nothing bad I can say about Fred today. Apart from he should have taken more shots. Actually, I think he didn't take enough for my liking.
I know you're joking around.
But yeah, I think I said Messi wrongly.
Said Messi wrong. You must be having a laugh.
Yeah, but yeah, I think that rounds up Man U. I think we're gonna go on to win the Europa League because this is basically a final. I think
I think
I don't
AC
see
Milan,
any strong. I don't see any team stronger than AC Milan in the competition left.
By the way, guys, the draw is tomorrow. I think I want to say midday because that's when it usually is, but I'm not 100% sure. Who would you want to get in the next round of the Europa League? Because I think I want Arsenal. I want Arsenal in the next round.
Yeah, that's fair. I'd want Arsenal as well, so you can at least knock them out, and then.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously Spurs. Let's go on to Spurs. Spurs lost 3-0 away to. How do I even pronounce this team? Like it's one of those teams.
Zagreb. I don't know if it's Zagreb or
Zagreb. Dinamo. They
Dinamo
lost to a
Zagreb.
team whose name I can't even pronounce. Dynamo Zagreb. They lost 3-0. Orsic scored a hat-trick.
Ober is Arsenal 100%.
Who?
The one Ober.
Oh yeah. I don't know how Anton clocks Arsenal fans, but you're right. Yeah. Tottenham lost 3-0. And yeah, Jose Mourinho. What's next?
I mean, first of all, Orsic hat-trick. He's a FIFA card. If people haven't watched Dinamo Zagreb before, their manager is currently in prison.
Yeah, their manager's in prison. The guy's writing down his tactics in prison.
Tactical masterclass from Cell 44. I mean, Jose Mourinho, I think, in a way, I feel bad because of his CV and because of what he's done especially for the English game. I feel bad to see his downfall in front of my very eyes, but I just don't think Tottenham are that good of a side. Roy Keane was right when he had that debate with Jamie Redknapp, which went semi-viral, I think a couple of weeks ago. Tottenham have very average players apart from Harry Kane and Heung-min Son. They're an average side, and unfortunately for them, at the moment, they have a manager that's not very good. I think his tactics are slightly outdated. Although he's adapting a little bit, he's not doing it quick enough. And
Alex says, Mourinho, please just retire. I think for his sake, he needs to update his tactics, as Stuart says.
Yeah,
nothing's not going right. And there's been two clubs, Man U and obviously Spurs.
Yeah, I don't know what's next for him. He won't retire after this. It's Mourinho. He'll want to get back on top and he'll want to prove people wrong because he's a winner. He's a born winner. That's what he's known for. But I can't see him. He's not going to be managing again in the Premier League unless he makes a dramatic return to Chelsea or something like that. I could probably go back to Italy, maybe go for Inter Milan after. I think Conte's there now. After Conte's done, he might go back to Inter Milan, but he really needs a club that's going to spend the money for him and bring in the players that he wants, his first choice players. Because if he doesn't get that, then as the evidence shows, he's just not able to do that well.
But I still don't know how are they losing 3-0 to this team. It actually doesn't make sense.
Am I right in saying that home fans were there?
I don't know.
Because I know that in a few Europa League matches, even last week, there were home fans in a few of the stadiums. Because I know a lot of Eastern Europe have they have more relaxed rules now, or they don't have them anymore, so fans can go and attend the matches. Obviously, they did have the home advantage, and they did just outplay Tottenham, I think. And of course, they had a player that's in inspired form. Orsic and his team has no depth.
So Kane and Son, you see Sunderland playing.
Not wrong. Vinicius isn't up to the standard. As good as Lamela is, I don't think he's that good. Scored that wonder goal on the weekend.
Not that good, no.
That's pretty much all he has in his catalogue. Lucas Moura's never, ever been that good. He's a moment player, and that moment is, once every 6 months? So I don't know. I'm glad they're out because they would have been a tough opponent for us, but it's unfortunate.
But yeah, onto the other side of North London. North London is red at the moment, but at the moment Arsenal lost to Olympiacos, but obviously they're celebrating that they're through. And yeah, as you said, we want Arsenal next round. I think it'll be a good tie. It'd be good to get I don't know if they're one of the favourites, but it'll be good to get them in the next round.
I no offense to Arsenal, but I can't imagine them being one of the favourites. I think. Well, are you back?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. I can't imagine Arsenal being one of the favourites. No offense to them, no banter intended, but I just don't think. They're such a tricky. They have a good team. They're just not able.
Yeah,
to
we say that every week. Arsenal have a good team.
Yeah, they have good players, but maybe the chemistry is just not there yet. Well, I haven't looked at the odds, but I do believe we are the favourites.
Yeah, we are,
for good reason. We have the best team in the Europa League. We might not have the best manager. We probably don't, but you can't. We're not second in the league by accident. We don't knock out AC Milan by accident. We don't beat Leipzig 5-0 by accident. We don't. There's things happen for a reason. I think we will win the Europa League this year, and I'm pretty confident no matter who we get in the next round.
Who's the best manager then?
I can't even tell you the teams that are left in the Europa League.
Yeah, we've got the best team. Aubameyang. I want to get onto Aubameyang because apparently he missed like a few chances today. He had one chance where I think he was one-on-one with the keeper and tried to chip it, and it just went wide. I don't know if it's the disciplinary action that Arteta gave him from the last game, but yeah, Aubameyang, he's sitting on that new contract and he's not putting in the shift in for Arsenal.
Do you think he cares?
He's got the money.
What? He misses a couple.
Arsenal fans, let us know in the comments what you think of Aubameyang at the moment.
Stinks of Danny Welbeck versus Bayern Munich in the 13-14 season. That attempted chip. Yeah, man. I mean, Aubameyang over the past 8 years has been one of the best in Europe, and he has the goals to prove that. But when he's not playing well, man, it's it's laughable. What do we think of Tottenham? On the day, they're better than Arsenal. I'm not going to do the chant. But, yeah, ever since the new contract came in, unfortunately nowadays football, especially in the Premier League, is money driven. There was no need for him to sign. If he really wanted to play for Arsenal, do you think he would have held out for a contract that big? No. As much as I hate to say it, or I love to say it, he's just not playing for you. He's just trying to get that paycheck.
Well, yeah, the rest of the teams in the competition, Granada won, Roma won, Rangers knocked out, Steven Gerrard. They had just won the Scottish Premiership and now knocked out of Europa League. So I guess it's a big disappointment for Gerrard and Rangers.
Yeah.
Villarreal, Ajax, and yeah, that's it.
Well, so it's us, Arsenal, Villarreal, Ajax, Granada.
All this just to get beat by Arsenal. No, we're not getting beat by Arsenal in the Europa League. There's no chance.
No, I'm not French. The only team that I can see us causing causing us a lot of problems is Villarreal. Unai Emery, he's a good manager and he's an expert in the Europa League. Obviously, he won it a few times with Sevilla. So I'd be worried if we got them, but I would still be confident of us progressing. As I said, I do want to come up against Arsenal because, it's always a bit better when you draw someone from your own country. And obviously there's a big rivalry there. Any other team, walk in the park, in my opinion.
You man are moving like we've played well against good teams the whole season.
Listen, mate, we're second, mate.
It's true. We are the second best team in England, but we haven't beat Arsenal this season. Fair enough.
Europe's different. I think we play better.
Europe is different. Fred is different breed in Europe. You don't wanna come up against Fred in the European competition.
On
That's
his
what I'm saying.
passport it says Federico Ziraberto in brackets, just in Europe, because it's like he saves all of his good passes and his good tackles for European nights. There's something football players always say: European nights are the best type of football. That coming out under the lights, the Champions League anthem, or obviously the better Europa League anthem, is it gets them going a little bit. And Fred is just a prime example of that.
Mm. Watch Fred. The next Premier League game, his first touch will go to Rashford, but in the European games, his first touch will send Kessie to the shops. So,
wait, we beat Man City, the best team in the league. So did we. Manchester City haven't beaten us in the league in a long time. Evening, Ron.
But yeah, let's go on to the Champions League games. I think that's enough of the top class European competition. Chelsea 2-0 Atletico.
Yeah.
I'm not even surprised. Atletico, even though they're the number one in La Liga, the standards from La Liga compared to the Premier League is not the same.
They're falling off.
It's not the same. And Chelsea deserved it. Tuchel, I think it's Tuchel masterclass.
I saw it on Twitter the other day, so I'm claiming no, ownership of this tweet, but Tuchel might be the one. He might be the one that we missed out on, because I will take back and I will hold my hands up and say I was wrong. I said that Atletico Madrid would come back to Chelsea, and they didn't, obviously. And that just goes to show, as you just said, the standards that the Premier League are operating at the moment. Chelsea, Arsenal, Tottenham, all of these clubs, Liverpool, well, apart from Tottenham, they're doing well in Europe and they're beating teams, very good teams from different countries, but in their own domestic league, they're not doing very well. Whether that's because other teams are, falling, or we're just getting so much better, I think it just goes to show the Premier League is the best league in the world.
See Alex saying my Chelsea. Yeah, Alex, I saw what you said yesterday. He was on the fan channel yesterday screaming my Chelsea after the win. But Kante, I think I was watching the game. Kante was unreal. I don't know where his this energy came from. Last minute of the game, sprinting past what's his name, Pulisic. Last minute of the game when they scored the last goal. This guy he's too good. He is what Fred should be. We expect from Fred. But obviously, Fred is a different level, but Kante is world class.
Would you cop Kessie over Rice? Good question.
I haven't seen enough of Kessie. I only saw him the first time last week, so
yeah,
it's been 2 good performances, but it's not enough for me to choose Kessie over Rice. Yeah, and Rice has done it in the Prem.
Yeah, but we'd be paying about 50 extra for him, so it's a tricky one. Tuchel surprised me. We were in for Thomas Tuchel when Solskjaer was the interim manager. Tuchel was one of the options, I think, along with Allegri and someone else. But we just have to wait and see how Chelsea perform next season.
Honeymoon period.
Yeah, that's a real thing. It happens everywhere.
I'm still not certain about our position in second, because with Chelsea playing like this and the way we're playing, we can still drop points and Chelsea can still catch up to us, even though we're like 6 points clear.
As I said, it's the honeymoon period, and that is a honeymoon period is the real thing. When Chelsea get their first tumbling, they're gonna, drop back down to earth because they're on cloud 9 right now, and we've been there. We were top of the league in Alnacast. Same thing could happen to Chelsea. So I don't think we'll get caught.
Bayern Munich as well through 2-1. Lewandowski obviously is going to be on the score sheet. Is this guy ever going to start scoring? Is he going to get the Ballon d'Or that he deserved last year?
Nah, Messi will win the Ballon d'Or this year.
You think?
Yeah, 2021 he's scored 17 and got 7 assists, if I'm correct, just this calendar year. I think that's the stat, but I think he'll win the Ballon d'Or this year. Lewandowski should have won it last year and he was robbed, but I don't think he'll win it this year. Expected win for Bayern Munich though. Overall, I'm going to steal another tweet. I think this is the worst round of Champions League football I've ever watched. Champions League is dropping off. Ronaldo's not there. Messi's not there. Champions League is falling off. I think it's just as simple as that.
Lewandowski, too cold.
Yeah.
I think Champions League, the team, I think Man City, Bayern, those are the top 2 teams, but we can't underestimate Chelsea at the moment.
Yeah, we definitely
Obviously,
can.
Liverpool are still in, but I don't know if Liverpool can make it into the final or even semi-final.
There's Liverpool, City, Chelsea, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Dortmund, FC Porto, and there's one more team, which I can't remember.
Real Madrid, you say?
Yeah, I said them. PSG.
Yeah, PSG.
That's the other team.
PSG now. PSG are not going far.
Manchester City.
Not with Pochettino. You see, PSG losing in their own league, in the French league. There's no way they're getting far in the Champions League.
Chelsea done it, 2012. You honestly never know. I mean, I don't know how long Neymar's going to be injured for, but I think his sister's birthday has been and gone, so he should be back soon. So when Neymar comes back and obviously has an influence on that team, they're going to be a different type of team. They're going to be a better team, score more goals, create more chances. It's going to be an interesting one from their point of view this season. But as I said, Manchester City are the favourites. They have the best team in Europe, I believe, and they have the best squad depth in Europe.
What's PSG got?
I don't. I'm gonna find out when the Champions League draw is. I think it's tomorrow.
Tomorrow as well. Yeah, it's tomorrow.
It's
tomorrow as well. Real Madrid had a convincing win yesterday, despite their team lacks what they used to have, but they're still getting performances. So we can't underestimate them, but I don't think they're going to go too far. Obviously, Man City are one of the favourites. I don't think they've conceded in the Champions League in I don't know how many games, but Pep is ruthless at the moment. Full rotation of his team, he still gets results. It's the difference.
That's the privilege that he has that other managers and other teams don't. I just can't see them winning it. I can't picture Manchester City or Fernandinho lifting up that trophy. I can't. It's not an image that my brain can process. I can see Bayern Munich doing it again. To be honest, with Lewandowski up front, they have obviously the best keeper in the world, I think, with Manuel Neuer at the moment. They're just an amazing side.
Everyone says Liverpool could rescue a poor season. Real very jammy, and Man City hardly conceding a goal in the Champions League. Yeah, let us know in the comments who you think is going to win the Europa League and the Champions League, and say why as well. Personally, I still think City can win Champions League. They're just too good defensively and attacking wise, and just the whole team depth. They can rotate their team and get results. And Bayern, if they were to play Bayern in the final, I think they could beat Bayern.
I think that would be the best final.
It has to be the final. It has to be. Hopefully, if the draw's good. They'll
probably get each other drawn tomorrow. Or Manchester City will get Porto because they always get the easiest team. I can see, to be fair, I'll kind of take back what I just said. There's a real possibility that both European trophies go back to Manchester this year.
Yeah.
That would be good for the City, not good for us, because that technically will mean that.
Then we will play them in the Super Cup.
That would be good. Manchester Derby Super Cup final. I would like that with crowds as well. That would be good.
It has to be. Yes, it has to be.
There's a comment from Stuart there. Fred for Ballon d'Or. If Fred wins the Ballon d'Or, Ibs' head is going to explode.
If Fred wins the Ballon d'Or, I'll do a whole hour episode on Fred.
Just praising
analysis of Fred. A whole appraisal of Fred, if that was ever to happen.
What's the date today? I think it's the 18th of March, 11:25. If Fred wins the Ballon d'Or, special episode from Ibs just on Fred. No
Yeah,
negativity.
Big Ron says Bayern looks solid, but you never know. They can come up against an inspired player. Look what happened to Spurs today. It's very true of Bayern. They play such a high line. You said that you watch them occasionally, but defensively they're so high. They can get exploited easily at the back. It's just that teams are not always brave enough to do it.
It's the risk teams play. Bayern and teams like Bayern, City, PSG can afford to do that because they can concede one goal, but they'll go and score 5, and that's the. Sorry, I got distracted by that wonderful comment. I think United look too good for Europa. Oh, look good for Europa. Yeah, we're gonna win it.
Yeah.
I'm confident we'll win it.
But yeah, you're saying about Bayern.
They can afford to play a high line because they know that they're the most dangerous attacking side in the world. They have the best striker in the world. They have the best support in the world up front. So of course they don't want to concede. No team wants to concede, but if they do, they got Lewandowski.
It's true. Their attacking threat and their midfielders. It's so. I was watching Bayern. I think it was last week or something against Dortmund, and the way they passed the ball, even though they went 2 goals down, this is the way that they just play. It was good. It was too good, and they just got back into the game and obviously won it in the end.
Yeah.
United, Europa, Champions League, PSG. I don't see it. I don't see PSG winning it.
I can see Neymar. They got to the final last year. I could see Neymar coming back and doing a madness. We're getting Fred tattoos if he wins that. I was going to say he's not going to win it. I'll say yeah. I'll get a Fred tattoo.
But yeah, we're talking about obviously now we've finished talking about this, but the England squad came out today. I think we should quickly go back over that.
Disgusting behaviour.
Jesse Lingard, is it deserved or not?
Very much so. I think it's very much so deserved. He's been in the England squad before. Obviously, he was a main part of the World Cup squad. He had a first team number. He was number 7, I think, for the World Cup. So he has earned his place before. And obviously, international football is different from domestic football, especially when you have the same manager. Southgate will have worked with him before, and he will know what good he does for the squad. He's obviously a good player to have around the camp. He gets on with everybody. And now that he's back to his near best form with West Ham, I don't see how we could have left him out of the squad, to be honest. Because he's a type of midfielder that he runs for 90 minutes. He chips in with goals and assists, and he's shown that this season. And he did get goals and assists when he was at the World Cup in 2018. So I think it makes perfect sense. I'm really happy for him, actually. Really happy.
And also, obviously, Sancho, you're saying, why is Sancho not in the squad? I think he's injured alongside Grealish. Trent dropped. Wan-Bissaka, no thoughts about him. And Shaw back in the team. And John Stones as well. That's deserved.
I think it has to be a back four of. I would start Reece James. Now that Trent's not there, it has to be a back four of Luke Shaw, Harry Maguire, John Stones, and Reece James. Goalkeeper, I want Henderson, but Pope I think will start.
And then do you think it'll be like 4-3-3?
I hope so. I really do hope so. Because I think 4-3-3 will get the best out of the midfield options that we have. Declan Rice holding the midfield. I want to see Phil Foden playing for England. Not sure what about Rashford's injury, but now that he has picked up an injury, I do hope that he doesn't go and play for England. He needs a break, and obviously he's got a knock right now, so he needs it even more so. Harry Kane up front, obviously Sterling, and I don't know.
Dominic Calvert-Lewin is there. Ollie Watkins, Aston Villa striker. Bukayo Saka.
Saka as well. Okay.
Saka's definitely. He wouldn't start. He'd be on the bench.
If we're playing a 4-3, either way, we play one striker, one main striker, and if there's a support striker, it's going to be Raheem Sterling. So if we have 4-3-3, Sterling on the left, Saka on the right, because you're not going to play Dominic Calvert-Lewin on the right or Ollie Watkins and then Kane up front. I think. But I think you tweeted. I'm pretty sure you tweeted this earlier. Wan-Bissaka is not in the squad because he's not the best going forward. Did you
Yeah,
tweet that?
I said that he's not in the team because of his attacking ability, but he's a
Yeah,
defender, so it made no sense. That's why I tweeted that.
he is. He is well known to be the best defensive right back England have. Like you can't argue with that because he's shown it every week. He shows it against the best players in the world, most notably Neymar, Mbappe, and Sterling. But he is getting better going forward. I must admit, but I don't know. I think he should be picked.
You think he's getting better going forward? Can you actually say that?
Yeah, man, he's
Can you
getting
actually
assists
say
and
that?
goals. He's getting assists and goals this season.
I think that was a few months ago, though.
Still, it's this season. And one thing I can say, and I was meant to say this earlier, he's not as bad on the ball as people think. He looks awkward. He has long legs. So like when he has to, some players will take an extra 2 steps to reach a ball, but he will just stick out his leg and control it. He looks awkward when he does things.
Do you know what I have to say about Wan-Bissaka? Today, he was going forward today, but every time he was about to cross it in, he's constantly slide tackling. He's constantly slide tackling.
Can't laugh at my guy.
Even when he's trying to cross it into the box, he's like stretching, or he's just when he crosses it, he falls down. He's like,
it's his momentum. It's his momentum. I figured it out. Because obviously, when you kick a ball, your foot doesn't stop. Your leg doesn't stop when it makes contact with the ball. It carries on. But when he's on the move, I think it's because of the length of his legs. They are so long. When he swings his leg at the ball, and his leg carries on, that's just his momentum. He's completely gone. He's off balance and he falls over. But he's getting forward and he's putting in a lot more crosses. I just don't think people think he's that good because he looks awkward on the ball. His ball retention is not bad. It's actually quite good. And he can beat a man. It's just his final product, which is improving.
We are forgetting he was a winger at one stage in his career.
Not sure how.
I don't know how he became a winger, but I can see it. I can see some of the skills he pulls off or attempts to pull off.
Those 5-star skills by accident.
But yeah, let me just read out this tweet. Read out some funny tweets from today. There's a picture of Michael Schofield from Prison Break staring at a wall. Someone said it's the Dinamo Zagreb manager plotting his size tactics from prison against Tottenham. Spurs. But yeah, Harry Kane, he needs to leave.
Yeah.
He has to get out of this season.
Same with Son. When there comes a certain age where I think you have to think about yourself and your own career over the club that you're at. Harry Kane is second best striker in the world, and he's going to win absolutely nothing at Tottenham. It would be rude. It would be a crime if he doesn't win a major trophy in his career, given how good he is. But who can afford him?
That's the thing. Spurs are not going to sell him. They can't. They're not going to sell him because what they're going to think is that they can buy players to build the team, make the team better. But it's too late. I think it's too late for Kane. He's sacrificed. He's already committed to staying at Spurs, and Spurs, obviously the chairman, obviously bringing in Mourinho, and now they're going to try to sign more players this summer, and just build a new team. And he's going to be stuck there. I think Son is more likely to leave than Kane.
Yeah, Kane's a Tottenham-born bred, apart from his spell at Arsenal when he was a kid. But yeah, he's in a golden cage. People can't afford him. I haven't even seen any rumors of clubs genuinely interested.
Yeah, because they know they can't. They know there's no point. They can't actually get him.
Yeah, and it's a shame. But what can you do?
But yeah, this weekend is FA Cup weekend. Unless it's Arsenal or other teams who have been knocked out already. Bournemouth are playing Southampton. Everton, Man City. Obviously, Man City are going through. We're playing Leicester on Sunday.
Do you know what? Can I just say about the Everton Man City game? You just said obviously Man City going through. If
Yes.
Man City get knocked out of the FA Cup, I don't even care if they win the Champions League. My only problem is if they win the Champions League, then they win the treble because that's the last, competition to be played. They just need to get knocked out of the FA Cup. And then they can do whatever they want in the Champions League. I really don't care. They just can't replicate what we done, or they can't better it.
Chelsea also playing Sheffield, so Chelsea, another strong team, still left in the FA Cup. The FA Cup is difficult this season. Because obviously Man City potentially could go through.
All the easy teams be knocked out.
Bournemouth, Southampton, Chelsea, Sheffield, Leicester, Man U. And then we're into international week the week after. But yeah, thank you everyone for watching this episode. Cup Convo. Tottenham out, Arsenal through, Man U through, Chelsea, Liverpool and Man City are all through from England. And yeah, we'll see you on Sunday. There'll be another Cup Convo episode rounding up the FA Cup's results. And yeah, please like, share and subscribe. And let us know in the comments who's winning the Champions League and who's winning the Europa League. And we'll look at the comments in the next episode. Thank you. Goodbye.